Track 8. 1. Savannah.
I grew up in London, which is incredibly multicultural, so my feelings about British culture have obviously been influenced by that. Half my friends were mixed race, like me, and we all grew up going to the Notting Hill Carnival, eating curry and kebabs, listening to Jamaican music, American music. You know, real mixed bag of stuff. Now, though, I live in Lincolnshire, which is much more what you might call traditionally English. It's much whiter for a start. I'm enjoying it, though, I have to say. I love the countryside up here and the big empty skies, and I love all the local car boot sales as well. I've picked up some mad stuff there. I've started gardening too and getting into baking, which is a whole new thing for me. My London friends would die laughing if they could see me now.
2. Callum.
One thing that bugs me is people talking about British culture, when what they really mean, whether they're aware of it or not, is English. Scotland's a separate country with its own distinct cultural heritage. Politically, we're more left-wing, but that's not reflected in the British government, which is still dominated by these southern English public school boys. We're more in control of what goes on up here than we used to be, but personally I'd like even more autonomy, and maybe one day independence. Also, I don't understand why we still cling on to the royal family. The only God Save the Queen I'll sing along to is an old anti-royalist punk song. In some ways, I'd like to be seen as a Republican and a citizen of the world first, then European and Scottish, or even British, but never English.
3. Amir.
Some people might not expect someone like me to be running a fish and chip shop, but for most of my customers, it's just not an issue. I was born here, as were my parents, and I'm as British as anyone else. I just happen to be Muslim as well, that's all. It's no big thing. I mean, it's not exactly unusual nowadays, is it? I do get the occasional comment about it, but I don't let it bother me. The only time I ever feel vaguely conflicted about my identity is when England play Pakistan at cricket. I can't help it, but I always want Pakistan to do well. There's generally a bit of friendly joking about that with the local lads, but, as I always say, I'm sure most English blokes who end up moving to Spain still want their kids to support the English football team. It's human nature, isn't it?